Okay, we are starting Word Lesson 2, Basic Editing, in the green section of your spiral-bound notebook. This starts to get a little interesting now, the usages of some of the features that Word offers for you. This is where you could actually obtain some useful ways to move around and do things in Word that'll save you some time. There's going to be a lot of things throughout high school that you're going to be using Word for. So if you take advantage of all these features in this lesson, it'll make that time a little less stressful, and you can dazzle your friends and family on the neat things. You can become the expert in your little circle of friends and family with some of the things that you'll learn in this lesson. Remember, as I demonstrate, I'm just going through the text and showing you some things, not necessarily what the book is asking you to do in the step-by-step until I tell you that I'm on a step-by-step. So starting on page 25, you have selecting text, and obviously that is a vocabulary words. And make sure you understand the difference between selecting text and highlighting text. If I grab those words right there, and this is not part of this lesson, but I want to show you something. I've highlighted that, just like you would take your highlighter pen on a paper and go across the top. That's what that is. That is different than first doing this. That is selecting text. So make sure you understand the difference. Top of page 26, it continues on about selecting text. And now, here's some pretty cool stuff. Table 2.1 on page 26 tells you how you can select certain things by using your mouse and your keyboard. So if you want to select the Y in the word you, I'm holding my Shift key down and I'm pressing my and it says press after the last character. Okay, so let's say I wanted the whole word personal. I have my insertion point in front of the P. I'm going to put my I-beam, that's what that's called right here, the mouse. After the L, I'm holding the Shift key down, and as I click, I've just selected an entire word. You can also do a whole line. So if I'm here and I want to, or maybe I'm going to go from the sentence. So from here to here, I'm going to hold my Shift key down and click at the end, and it grabs the whole thing. If you just want just a word, you double click on the word. A line, notice right now it's an I-beam, my mouse pointer, but if I come out here, it becomes the white arrow. So if I click on any line, okay, that's how you select a line. Multiple lines, I click and hold it and drag. Dragging is just a matter of moving your mouse down as you're holding and clicking. I mean click and hold. So I click, hold, and drag. If I'm in a sentence and I hold the Control key down and I click, I haven't started yet. Okay, but I'm in a sentence, I hold the Control key down and I click. Hold the Control key down and I click. Hold the Control key down and I click. That's how you get a sentence. If you want the entire paragraph, you triple click. So double click. I'm sorry, I was in the wrong place. Triple click anywhere in the paragraph. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or you can come out here and double click. That's the same thing. Triple click inside. Double click with your mouse pointer outside. That's not in your book. That's just something I know. If you want the entire document, you have to be out here and you triple click 1, 2, 3. That grabs everything. Okay. All right. Showing formatting marks. This can be helpful. So you can see where you may have too many spaces. You've pressed enter. This helps when you can't figure out why it's not doing what you want it to do. And there's a show hide button on this tab, in this group, this button. Okay, so right here, this mark, that's the paragraph. That means you've pressed enter, as is this one, etc. So that's where you press enter. See these little dots in between each word? What do you think you pressed in between each word? That's a space bar. So those are spaces. Okay. This button is a toggle command. All that means is you click it to turn it on, click it to turn it off. So right now it's on. We know that because we can see all these characters, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay. Okay, so now we're at the bottom of page 27. Step by step 2.1, it says to start Word. You should know how to do that by now. Of course, that looks a little different on your computer. Remember, I'm running, the book is assuming you're on Vista, and your computer in the lab is running Windows XP. So to start things, it's going to look a little different. But once you have Word open, it's going to look the same as my screen and in the book. So it says to open the letter.docx data file. When the book tells you to open, where do you go? Hopefully, your answer is to open Haiku. That's where all our data files are. When the book tells you to open something, you can find it on Haiku. So we're going to click right here because we're currently working on the step-by-step exercises in Word Lesson 2. Okay, and so you'll notice I give you some instruction here in case you might need a little refresher. And so the document is right there. And you're going to click, a pop-up box is going to come up and you're going to click open. Anytime the book tells you to open something, it usually tells you right after it's starting in this lesson and future lessons. It did it in the project of 1-1. I'm sorry, 1-3. And you need to save it immediately. Make sure you save your work. You could lose it and then you have to start all over. So I'm going to save as. And it tells me customer letter. Now, again, type smart, guys. You've got letter already in there. Instead of it was highlighted, if you start typing or you delete that, you have to type the whole thing all over again. Just go to the beginning and add the word customer. Now it says followed by your initials. Don't forget. Oops. No punctuation. Okay. And you click save. Yours looks a little different, but file name is the same. The save button's the same. And you know you saved it right when you look up here. On your title bar, it tells you your file name once you've saved it. I want you to turn on the show hide button. Step 2. Notice now the button is orange. That means it's turned on. That's a toggle switch. Top of page 28. Position the pointer in the left margin to the word of the. In the left margin to the left of the word welcome. And we're going to click once. Click anywhere in the document. The text is deselected. Double click the word welcome. The word selected. Click anywhere to deselect. Deselect just simply means nothing is selected. You're taking off that select. Be careful with that too, because if you had this selected and you did something, if you started typing right now, it would wipe it out. And you don't want to do that unless the book tells you to. Triple click anywhere in the first paragraph. 1, 2, 3. Selects the whole paragraph. Deselect the text. And you can deselect by clicking anywhere when something's selected. In the first paragraph, at the beginning of the second sentence. Right there. Oh, no, right there. Position the I-beam before the A. Press and hold the left mouse button and drag just before the last sentence in the first paragraph. Right there. So it's showing you how to drag and select. Now we don't deselect. On this tab, in this group, we click this button, and then we click this button. That selects the entire document. And then it says deselect the text. Then it says click the show hide button. And leave it open for the next step by step. Call me or my TA over. We'll check you off after you show us a few things. And then you can move on to step by step 2.2.